Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a brand overview for Oskia. Now, the thing with Oskia is, I don't know if I would get away with picking only 5 products because it's hard to find something in the range that you don't like. So you might have to bear with. I might have a few more than 5, but I've taken on board some of your feedback about the past brand reviews, and what I want to do is give you an overview of the brand very quickly, like the whole thing in a nutshell, and then who it's suitable for, and fragrance, and where it's made, and animal testing and things like that. So that it's almost like a mini review first, and then I'll show you my favorites. So taking on board some of your feedback on the previous brand overviews, what I want to do is give you an overview, as in this is what the brand is, this is where they're made, this is their sort of animal rights testing, fragrance, anything like that. And then I'm just going to cherry pick my favorite products, which is how all this started anyway. And there's a lot, as I mentioned. So Oskia has been around as long as my blog, and I first spoke about them in 2012, which is shockingly 5 years ago. Where does the time go? That means I had 2 kids in primary school when I first spoke about this brand. Now, if you cut every Oskia product in half, you would come across something called MSM, which is a sulfur-derived mineral, and was first introduced to Georgie by her father, who used it to help racehorses with their joints. Random. So what does Georgie do? She goes skiing. Not my kind of woman. I like a beach, thank you. She goes skiing, damages her knee, has 6 knee operations, and had pretty much given up hope of skiing again or having a leg that basically worked properly. And her father suggested taking MSM. I mean, you can imagine that conversation. Well, it worked for the horses, love. So Georgie starts taking MSM, and not only does her knee get better, but she also notices a massive difference in her skin. That's where the idea came from. So similarly to a lot of brands, but actually a bit more specified, Oskia is built around the theory of nutrition, internally and externally. It now has moved on from being solely sort of the MSM it was when it launched, and it takes in proteins and minerals and omegas and peptides and everything else. So like I said, the trouble is finding things to not talk about. So as far as the brand, it is a British-owned brand. It is manufactured in the UK. They do not test on animals. There is a mild fragrance in some products. It's a fairly tight range. It's not massive, but I would say it's medium. I can, under 20, maybe around 20 SKUs. So I don't know where to begin because there's too much choice. Let's start with cleansing. Now, the first cleanser I spoke about from Oskia is this Perfect Cleanser, Nutriactive Cleansing and Nourishing Balm. It looks like this. It is a gorgeous, a fragrance before I forget. Some things are unfragranced and some things have organic essential oils in them. But I have to say, none of it smells particularly strong. It is not overpowering. It is probably one of the best smelling ranges out there in terms of you get a light whiff of something, but nothing stays on the skin for a long time. Just to put that out there. Now this is actually, I'm just going to stand up so you can see. I know you all love my home style demoing. Look how thick this is, if you can even. So it is a proper thick balm, and to be honest, if Kate Somerville had put their goat milk cleanser into a slightly thicker formulation, you'd have an idea of how this one feels on the skin. Now, I love Perfect Cleanser. It is absolutely appropriate for first or second cleanse, AM or PM. However, I tend to use this more in the evenings as a second cleanse because I don't want to waste it taking my makeup off. It's that kind of product. So this, as it's one of the first products I ever spoke about, is going to be the first item I tell you about, even though if you watch a lot of YouTube and you read a lot of blogs, you may completely assume that Oskia only make one cleanser, and it's this one. The Renaissance Cleansing Gel looks like this. Now, this is a beautiful cleanser, have no doubt. And yes, you can use it to take your makeup off. Again, however, I wouldn't. I don't want to waste it. You could, in theory, do first cleanse. I'll do some nice cutaways for you, don't worry. First cleanse and second cleanse. This is a gel, as in the name. Oh, there's lots of toing and froing. There'll be some complaints. Tough tits, isn't it? Right. This super light, gorgeous gel. Actually, the smell is almost imperceptible. It is a beautiful, beautiful cleanser. You don't have to take my word for it, because I think there are currently about 10,000 blog reviews of this, all of them positive. Now, next up is two special mentions, which they wouldn't sort of be the first thing I would pick from the brand, but they're two of the things, again, that I first got going with. The first one is the Rose de May candle. Now, this, you might think that's incredibly odd, Caroline. So first of all, it is a candle, looks like this. It smells, I picked this up literally 5-6 years ago because the Rose de May reminded me of working with Chantecaille, who also do a Rose de May. It is a very specific rose. It is beautiful, it is subtle, it is elegant, it is not overpowering or powdery or fussy. And the idea is you burn the candle, you melt the wax, and then you tip it into your hand and you can make yourself a wax mask if you want to. I've never done that because I just like to burn the smell. However, when I came to thinking about doing this video, I thought, wouldn't that have been nice to do for a video? Yes, probably, but I'm not going to do it now. However, if you like a rose candle, you can buy it for that purpose. If you like the idea of doing a wax mask, which you would do in burned units because they're so good at, I mean, in a burned unit they wouldn't use a rose mask, but they're so good at retaining moisture into the skin, then I would consider getting it purely for that. If you want to have sexy time massage with your partner, that's up to you. But I am not wasting my Rose de May candle on Mr. Hirons' hairy bottom. Just putting that out there. And then the next one is the Pure MSM supplements. So they look like, that's not a picture, is it? They look like this. And these are the supplements that Georgie was given by her father and took and healed her knee. And they are, like I say, the backbone of the range. So if you are, they're particularly suitable actually for all skin types, particularly mature, dry or hormonal. What if you're all three? You take 2 a day, 1 or 2 tablets a day as a food supplement with meals. And as I said before, this is highly potent with keratin and collagen, and just something to think about if supplements are something that you're into. Now, in the same packaging, I have to say Oskia also does some of my favourite packaging. In the same packaging, there are 3 products, which won't be any surprise to any of you if you've read my blog. If I do them in order of how you kind of use them, micro exfoliating balm is first up. It looks like this. In fact, let me show you. Oh, now this looks like a cleansing balm, but it actually massages through with grit, and it is sublime to use. There are not many scrubs on the market that I like to use on my skin. I usually avoid them and use acid, as you know. Now, not everyone can use a scrubby acid type product, and this is just a much more gentle way of getting your skin buff without going in too harsh, if that makes sense. I can't think of any skin except perhaps really active acneic skin would maybe avoid, but even then you'd probably get benefit from doing it in the areas where you don't have the acne. Now, this one is if you do like acids and you want something a bit more oomph. This is more like a peel but in a balm. This is Renaissance Mask. It looks like this little jar of goodness. It is pink. It is luscious. Look at that. Now this one you would put on, leave on for a couple of minutes, and, well, depends on your skin, and then just rinse off. It is AHAs, it exfoliates, but it does it gently. It also nourishes and hydrates. It doesn't feel drying at all. It is luscious. It also contains a little lactic acid, which is kind of frequently overlooked, but lactic is the one that you need to kind of get into the skin. Lactic opens up the barn door so that the other acids can go, let's have a party. Now this one is probably my second favourite. It is a nighttime product. It is the perfect name for a nighttime product. This is Bedtime Beauty Boost. Thank you. It is like, the texture is a runny butter or a nice thick whipping cream just before you're about to spread it on a cake. It smells out of this world. Oh. I'm just going to take a moment there. It is suitable for all skin types. It is a beautiful, beautiful product. So in terms of a routine, if you wanted to do something based purely on the ones I've mentioned, you could do first, second cleanse. You could then do either a scrub or the Renaissance mask. Let's do them attractively, shall we, together? Ooh. Either the scrub or the Renaissance mask. And then you would do a serum, which I'll come to. Sorry, I'm very clangy. But the bedtime beauty boost is where I would seal the deal in the evenings. Now, recently, Oskia has done a delve into something far more high tech than they were used to, or that they were known for is probably a better thing to say. The City Life range is designed for basically anyone that lives anywhere who can watch this video, because Oskia were looking into research and 92% of the world's population live in an area deemed polluted by the World Health Organization. Pollution causes major long-term damage. Obviously you know about the other effects, but it also damages the skin. And so Georgie spent a lot of time and effort and money into the science, into trying to find something that will help protect from free radicals, which is essentially what this range is. Now, the City Life range was 2 years in the testing, but a bit longer than that in the making, and it is so high tech that I will list sources and information below so that you can read it for yourself, because honestly, if I try and remember all of the info, I won't do a good enough job of the message I want to put across. Suffice to say, if you live in the city, any city, but if you live in a big city in particular, you could do worse than to add these 3 babies to your life. There is the City Life facial mist, which I keep on my desk and I top up with every time I'm going out. There is the iZone balm, which looks like this, and it just turns out to be a beautiful eye and lip cream. And then the wonder product is the City Life booster. Now it looks like this. You add 1 to 2 drops to your normal product, whether that is in your serum stage or in your moisturizer stage. Let me show you again. It is the teeniest amount, like that. That's enough. You do not reapply. You do not apply more than once a day. This would normally be mixed in with your other product. That will shield your skin from free radicals. It is also clinically proven to turn hydrogen and oxygen into H2O and add it to your skin. I know. So again, because I know it sounds spooky, it turns hydrogen and oxygen free radicals into water in the skin. So it takes what destroys your skin from the outside, converts it into water and hydrates your skin. It is loaded with astaxanthin, which is a massive, massive antioxidant. Everything about that range is designed to be as high tech as possible, as futuristic in its thinking as you could possibly be, and I think has surprised a lot of people in the industry with just how much science has gone into it. So in terms of the City Life range, there is also a cleanser. It is City Life Cleansing Concentrate. It's velvet foaming anti-pollution gel cleanser, but it is not a traditional foaming gel cleanser. Don't worry, don't panic, I would not do that to you. So City Life is a massive, almost sub-range on its own, and I will link as much information to that below as I can. I highly recommend you look on Oskia's website and have a read for yourself if pollution and free radical damage is something that concerns you, as it should do. But I know a lot of you are more interested in just the general feel-good factor of Oskia products. So to that end, hitting them very quickly, Renaissance 360 Anti-Aging and Brightening Supreme Cream looks like this. Again, a beautiful moisturizer, suitable for all skins. Oh, I'm obsessed with the smell. I wonder, now this one, I know for a fact, is Georgie's favourite product that she's made. It is a beautiful eye cream. It targets all signs of aging. If eyes are your main concern, I'll just show you the texture. I know I'm up and down a lot, but I kind of got, look, it's completely imperceptible, it's gone, gorgeous. I kind of got used to filming in that way, and now it seems really weird to sit still through a whole entire video. Okay, let's quickly touch on their serums and oils. There's 4 of them, they're all equally impressive. Renaissance Bright Light looks like this. This is what you want to pick up on if you are worried about your pigmentation. Pigmentation, you want bright light, easy to remember. Restoration oil, nourishing and softening and soothing of fine lines and wrinkles and repairs damage. This is for nighttime. So basically you apologize to your face for everything you've done to it during the day. Super 16 blends in rather nicely with my jumper. This is what you want if your concern is collagen. So collagen is Super 16. And if you want to fake it till you make it, you need Get Up and Glow, which is, I'm just going to give you a sneaky peek of this one. Immediate radiance. First thing in the morning. Immediate radiance and glow. So Get Up and Glow is my glow got up and went. Hand cream. I know that there are a lot of bloggers who say this is the best hand cream of all time. And then as we're getting near to Christmas and there might be some presents coming, the Renaissance hand and body cream looks like this. Now, I know it's a kind of very brief overview. I will try and answer your questions below, but Georgie is also great on, well, Oskia are great on responding to questions. So if you have questions in particular about the city range, I may defer to them because, like I said, it is very scientific. The rest of the range I could talk about till the cows come home, so that won't be a problem. Faffing, made in the UK, small independent British brand. The backbone of the range is nutrition, vitamins and minerals, and being bioavailable. Nothing really to avoid. I mean, if you're a really acneic skin or super sensitive, you may want to avoid anything with AHAs. So you might not want to scrub and you might not want Renaissance mask. Having said that, they're incredibly mild and they do a lovely job. So I would maybe give them a go. No animal testing, super affordable for what you actually get for your buck. Any questions, leave them below. I will try my best to answer. If I can't answer, I will make sure someone from Oskia does. Hope that was vaguely helpful as a quick overview. What is next? Oh, there's like 2 or 3, 4, maybe 4 or 5 more brands before Christmas. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.